Hi, this is Mystica once again. I have a very important question coming from a female fan who lives in the States. And the question was, why is it that it's hard for her to come each time that she's having an intercourse with her boyfriend? First of all, the guy has to make sure what really makes you happy and what really makes you excited. So it is very important for him to know how would he start each time that you make love. Maybe he's always in a rush, or maybe he is not getting your feeling to where you really get stimulated or where you really get aroused while he is making love with you. It is very important that before you even get to where you should actually have an intercourse, you have to have a foreplay or anything that could possibly make you feel something before you get there. He has to make sure that he gets the right spot to where he can actually get you to where you should come. It is very important you should also concentrate while making love with him, because sometimes if you can't concentrate, or if you can't really have that much feeling or feeling of passion or feeling of emotional, sexual, or that kind of intense towards a guy, it is really hard to come. Or if it's really hard for you to come, I guess you just have to make sure that you should have to help yourself also. Maybe while he is having an intercourse with you, maybe your finger has to do a little bit roll with the spot that you really feel that's a bit sensitive. So why don't you do that? Of course, if you do something, you already, you always have to get a good result in order to achieve that good climax at the end, especially having sex. That's really very important, that when two people get together and have that sexual feeling that they have to fulfill. It is a sexual need, and of course it's much better if it goes with the passion, it goes with the emotions and the mental feeling that you should both have. It is very nice that you both have to know and you both have to learn how each other can have that feeling of satisfaction at the end. It is very important to have nice sexual relationship also with someone that you really care about or you really love. It is very important that the sex, has something to do with what you both feel with that relationship. You cannot just say that, okay, I love this guy, doesn't matter if we're going to have sex or not. That's not true, It is very important that if you have somebody that you love and you care, it's very important that both of you have that sexual satisfaction with each other as well. Sometimes it takes time for both of you to really find out what really makes you feel satisfied. So you just have to experiment each time that you have sex. If you feel that you are not getting that feeling that you should get, it's much better you should tell him. And I'm sure that both of you can have time to really experiment each other and whatever makes you come at the end. So first of all, you have to really feel very comfortable with each other. And don't be scared and don't be shy if you have to suggest or you have to tell him exactly what you wanted to get it done, or it's up to you also. You have to make sure that he won't be feeling embarrassed also, or he won't be feeling uncomfortable, because sometimes it's like if he knows that he's not doing something good, and then there's a tendency that he would lose that, and of course it would go to the other direction. Instead of having that very, very good and passionate sexual intercourse, it would turn to be something that he may not feel comfortable anymore. So it's very, very important that you cannot let him feel like he's not doing something good or whatever. Make sure that you choose the right words, or make sure that you explain to him very well, or you don't even have to explain anything. You just execute what you want, and then he will be there to follow. I guess that's the best command, you know. It is very important that you will lead if whatever makes you happy. Because I know and I'm sure that if you lead it, and he can see what's making you happy, and he can see that you are actually participating in that kind of performance in order to make you reach that goal that you wanted to achieve at that moment, I'm sure that it will lead him also to where he would perform better, or where he would get you to where you're actually sexually aroused, until you get that kind of feeling where you fulfill your sexual ecstasy. If you make him feel that he's a real man, and if you make him feel that he's really doing a good job without having to give him a signal that he's doing something wrong, that would make him feel better, a lot better than what you thought that he could do. So if you are having that problem, and you really wanted to have some answers, or if you really have to have a solution to that problem, the only person who could actually solve it would be you. Because you know exactly what makes you happy, you know exactly what makes you feel satisfied, and just the way that you are actually guiding him to where it should be done, and that's gonna be a good start for him to learn, not necessarily by telling him exactly in words, but it's very important that you just execute it through your action. And I understand that it's really very important for a woman to really have that feeling of fulfillment, and that feeling of that final feeling of reaching that feeling of ecstasy. And it's really very important for a guy also to know that he is doing a good performance, or is really doing a good thing here, in order to make you feel the feeling that you really wanted, in order to have a very, very active and very, very successful sexual relationship with that guy. So it's just a matter of how you communicate. It's either through words or through your action. So I hope next time that you're going to have a passionate love with him again, I hope that it's gonna be a better feeling, or it's gonna be a better time for both of you guys. So it's just a matter of experimenting it, and it's just a matter of time.